guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, bakesbyamal. So this is my second ever video and I'm going to be showing you how to make vanilla cupcakes and how I decorate them. Thank you so much for all the support I received on my first YouTube video. I loved reading all of your lovely messages and comments. If you haven't already, please check it out. And it would also be great if you could check out my Facebook and Instagram accounts at A Sprinkle of Glitter and bakesbyamal. Without further ado, let's get into it. So for these cupcakes you will need 125 grams of self-raising flour, 125 grams of caster sugar, 125 grams of unsalted and softened butter, 2 free-range large eggs, 1/4 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, a pinch of salt and 2 tablespoons of milk for later. All the measurements and ingredients will be listed in the description box below. So I've got my stand mixer bowl and I've just got a sift on top of it. Into here will go my flour, sugar, and my bicarb of soda and some salt. And into here will also go the butter, if it will come out, and also my 2 free-range large eggs. And I'm just going to pop this onto my stand mixer and mix it for 1 minute on medium to high speed. So I've just scraped down the bowl a little bit and the mixture is looking really nice and fluffy. So I'm just going to put it back onto the mixer, and I've got some milk here and I've also got some vanilla extract. And while it's going on a low speed, just going to slowly add the milk and also some vanilla extract. So everything's combined and nicely mixed. So I've just got 2 tablespoons and I just use these to divide the batter equally between my 12 cupcake cases. So I'm going to bake these in the oven at 175 degrees Celsius for about 22 to 25 minutes. So I'm going to be filling the cupcakes with some creme patissiere, which is basically custard. So to start, I've got 480 ml of milk and I'm just going to pop that into a small saucepan, and to that I'm just going to add a good dash of vanilla. Oh, that was a lot. Yeah, a good dash of vanilla, maybe not that much. Just give it a whisk and put it onto a medium to low heat just till it comes to a simmer. Meanwhile, I've got 4 eggs, so you only need 1 whole egg and then 3 egg yolks. And to this bowl of eggs, I'm also going to add 125 grams of corn flour, and I'm just going to sift that in so I don't get any lumps of corn flour. And along with that, I've also got 75 grams of caster sugar. I'm just going to sift that in, and I'm going to grab a whisk and just mix it together. Right, so the milk's come to a simmer now, so I'm just going to take it off the heat, and mixing constantly, I'm going to pour it quite slowly into the egg white mix. So you want to really really take your time with this. I've whisked it all in, so I'm going to transfer it back into the saucepan, like so. So I'm going to pop it onto a medium to high heat, stirring constantly. You don't want it to catch at the bottom. So I've just got a large bowl with a sift, and I'm just going to strain it a little bit, because though it's quite smooth, there are still a few lumps in it. I just want to get rid of all of the lumps and have a really nice smooth custard. And to my custard, I'm just going to add a little bit of butter and just mix it in. So I finished making my custard, and what you can do is you can transfer it to like a large baking pan and put it into the fridge, but I'm just going to leave it in here and let it come to room temperature. So next we're going to make some strawberry jam. So I've taken the cupcakes out of the oven and they've been cooling down for a bit. So you can see they're nice and golden brown and they're really nice and fluffy. So next I'm going to make some strawberry jam. So I've just got a small saucepan here, and to the saucepan I'm going to add 62 grams of caster sugar, 200 grams of quite finely chopped strawberries, and also a little bit of lemon juice. So I like to do this through my fingers to catch all the pips and seeds. So I'm just going to turn this on to a medium heat, and just let it go for about 10 minutes. And you can give it a stir just to incorporate the sugar and the strawberries in it too. And I've just taken it off the heat. So it was on there for about 8 minutes, and I'm just going to grab a potato masher actually and just give it a little mash and try and break the strawberries down. So I'm just going to take it all to one side, and I've got an immersion blender over here. So you don't really need this, but I just want my strawberry jam to be really, really smooth. So and once I've done that, I'm just going to sieve it through to get rid of any final lumps or seeds or anything that might have got through. And it looks like it's gone quite cloudy, but if you just let it sit for a little bit, it goes back to being nice and clear. So now to make the buttercream. So I already showed you how to do this in my last video, but I'm just going to go over it again. So it's just my classic buttercream recipe. And I just soften the butter in the microwave for a little bit, so it's nice and soft. And I'm going to pop that on, and I've got a whisk attachment, and I'm just going to whip that on high for about 5 minutes. Let me turn the mixer on first. And that's also 250 grams of unsalted softened butter. Okay, so my butter's been whipping for about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's super pale and fluffy. So now, in a separate bowl, I've got 125 grams of sifted icing sugar. And to that, I'm going to add 30 millilitres of milk. And you just want to mix that about and give it a nice mix so you can't see any more lumps and it's super smooth. Right, so now it's nice and smooth. I'm just going to sift it again to get rid of any remaining lumps. Now mix it back on, this time on a medium to high speed, and just gradually pour this in. So I've poured all of the mixture into the bowl, and I'm just going to turn the speed up a bit and whisk it on high for about 2 minutes. Okay, so now for my favourite bit of decorating. So I've got my 12 cupcakes here, and I've just popped them onto a cooling rack. And in 2 piping bags, I've got my cooled strawberry jam and creme patissiere. So to start off, I'm going to grab just an apple corer and core out the middle of them. I'm going to do this to every single one. So now I'm going to fill them halfway with my creme patissiere. You don't want to overfill them. Just about halfway, maybe a bit more, like so. Then grab your raspberry jam. strawberry jam. So I've coloured and put my buttercream into some piping bags. So I used 4 colours. So but over here I've got 3. So I've got the Pro Gel Concentrated Food Colour Rainbow Dust in pink. I've got the same in peach, and I've also got the Colour Splash Concentrated Food Colour in pale pink. I feel like a beauty guru. And they were all from Hobbycraft. So I put these into a piping bag. So I've got the Wilton 8B, the Wilton 1M. And this is just a random piping bag I found. But it's like a French tip, but really, really small. I think it's like Wilton 1B or something. And I've also got the Wilton 104, which is the petal piping tip. Right. So the first technique I'm going to be doing is the simple rose. So I've got my Wilton 1M. And you want to start in the middle. Just work your way out like that. And then another technique I'm going to be doing is the double swirl and the triple swirl, like so, and also some single swirls in the corner. Like so. Next I've got my 8B piping tip, and I'm going to do the same. Do a double swirl. And for this one I'll do some little dots. Then I can do a swirl in the middle of that one. And to be honest, you can just be quite experimentative here and just do whatever you feel like. So now for these ones, I'm going to take my 104 and holding it so the wide bit's down, I'm going to do like a little ruffle, which I quite like doing. And do that for both of them. Like that. And then I'm going to take my big 1/8 piping tip and do 2 dots. Do the same here, like so. And over here I've got a little bit of space, so I'm going to grab my small French tip and do a little. Now for these mini roses, on the corner I'm going to do a little rosette thing. I'm going to do the same for this one, like so. And then on the edge of this one I'm going to do a nice big ruffle. Like so. Then I'm going to take this one and do a nice big swirl. I'm going to do some little points like that. Right, so for these ones, I'm going to do like one big ruffle.